I'm just interested in the first base situation continuing to play out because Wagaman has been down and then up, and now he's been kind of down again. And Matt Mervis has been way more extreme, where he was on top of the world the first couple of weeks.
Oh, what a week I was.
I looked it up. Over the last 30 days, he's hitting. Let's see if I have this precisely. Last 30 days, Matt Mervis hitting 131 with only 2 homers.
Oh.
He's like negative 0.6 wins above replacement in the span of 1 month. It's negative, and it's only 1 month, and he's lost over half a win. One of the worst players in baseball over that last month. I think I don't know if we have time on this stream to go into, but the chatter and the clamoring for Troy Johnston to get his shot, I think this is finally the time where it's a little bit appropriate. We've not been stumping much for Troy on our streams this year just because we're kind of resigned to the fact that this organization, for whatever reason, doesn't believe in him. He's not going to get his opportunity. At this point, though, with Mervis going way downhill, at this point, not really offering much on the table aside from a chuckle when he got hit in the balls on that throw to first.
Thank you for the views. Thank you for the views.
Not to say that you're giving up on him entirely. He still has minor league options. He's just performing so poorly. And you have Troy he's heating up again in AAA Jacksonville. He's got nothing left to prove down there. There's ways for them to create a 40-man roster spot to make it work. Well, what's your take on that? Should we really be on Troy watch these next couple of series if Mervis continues to slump so much?
I think you mentioned it like perfectly right there. In the last 30 days, Matt Mervis has seemingly given the Marlins nothing. And I haven't even asked you about his strikeout numbers or his strikeout percentage and maybe how that might even look, because hitting 132 home runs, most of his, who knows, maybe at least half of his hits were just those home runs. And he's not providing anything offensively. Again, first base, Matt Mervis not even producing maybe anything defensively as well. This is a guy that if he's not going to produce for you offensively, he's really not going to give you anything on defense. And he's not giving you anything on offense, it's just a guy. It's just maybe just a body for the Marlins to throw out there at first base and occasionally DH when give someone else a rest, or if they really like the matchup with Matt Mervis. But you know my stance on Troy. I think almost everyone here on FOF, if Carver were here, he'll talk about him for the rest of the stream. But Troy Johnston, we love him. This is a guy that should have gotten his shot, not just last year, the year before that, someone who has earned it, rightfully so. And in that first base position, Eli, this was a position coming to this season that had the most question marks. You had Eric Wagaman. We have Matt Mervis. Could Nick Fortes go up and play there? Augustine Ramirez, he's been flirting with that position as well. It's a lot of question marks on this position. If they can put in Troy Johnston, if he can give the Marlins just something a little more than hitting 130 with just a couple home runs over the last month, Troy Johnston, I think, could be the answer. I don't want to put out there like he is coming up. He will be coming up soon. I think if Matt Mervis has another down spell and maybe really, really struggles, I think we could see Troy Johnston come up soon enough. But knowing the Marlins, they'll probably be bringing up someone else, maybe De Los Santos. Who knows? Someone that they want to bring up in that first base position.
Yeah, just to touch on that, on De Los Santos, the guy that we're still high on long term, still only 21 years old, the reigning minor league home run king. He just hasn't performed well enough this year.
Mm-hmm.
His strikeout issues are almost as bad as Mervis's, and those are against AAA pitching. The power has flashed at times where his raw power is better than anybody else on this team. Even it's like Augustine level raw power, and he taps into it occasionally, but he's just not playing well. Even defensively, I think with De Los Santos, from what I've seen, I don't think he's playing as well as he did even last year, which is it's going to be a process with him. He's on the 40-man roster, but it's just he doesn't seem to be ready. So I don't know why they're not in a situation where they're going to throw him into the fire just because a big leaguer is struggling. So I just think to me, this is a perfect Troy situation where he might just be a short-term thing. And I think if I was to guess, it would probably just be a part-time thing, that if they made that switch, Wagaman would be the one that's playing a lot of first base, and it's Troy mixed in there very occasionally. But anytime, just getting one call-up, it just means the world to these guys, especially for someone that's been in the organization for almost 6 full years at this point. We'll see. So I'm not rooting for Mervis to struggle. I'm just saying that the way it's trending, he might need a reset in AAA himself. And then, so to me, Troy would be first in line if they were to make that move at some point next couple weeks.